Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to another game of Aristeia. And today, Sean and I are going to be playing Capture the Flag, which is my absolute favorite scenario in Aristeia. It is basically capture the flag. There's a flag in each player's deployment zone, which are deployed opposite of each other, and you're just trying to run in, interact with that opponent's deployment zone to pick up their flag, and then run the flag back to your own deployment zone and score. If you kill the flag bearer, you gain a victory point, and if you are the flag bearer and you end your activation, you will gain 1 point. And if you score the flag by running it into your deployment zone, you will gain 3 points. The game goes 5 rounds to 8, and here are the teams. So Sean's coming in with Major Luna, Valkyrie, and then he's got the Reckless Hearts expansion. So he's got Axel Steel in there, and then I believe her name is Shona Karana. So really melee heavy team there, and then backed up by Luna. Essentially two kind of off tank characters. So good support from Shona Karana, and a lot of heavy melee in there for Sean. So really interesting choice. I'm going in with the orange team. My team's going to be some of my all-time favorites. Dart leading the way for range support. Then I've got Musashi, Gata, and then finally I've got Prism in this lineup. So Prism is a nice counter for Sean's heavy melee. Dart's going to keep him honest on the ranged attacks, and then Musashi's the big damage dealer, and Gata's really in there as a potential flag runner. We'll see how it goes. You know, this is one of my favorite teams. I just love the models for that. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's have a look at the board here. So Sean is the underdog this turn, so he is over there on the green side, and you can see my team there on the right side of your screen. So it looks like he is going to start off with, I believe this is Shona Karona. Am I saying that right? Shona, yeah. And he looks like he's giving he's going to give an initiative buff to Major Luna, which is really nice and super important. And then double move all the way over there to the far side of the board. So goes very far on that double move. I'm going to go with Prism and just kind of fake out, hide around the corner there, which is very not very Prism-like. I understand Prism is kind of a tank that relies on your total attention. But she's going to go ahead and mark herself and get back there. It looks like I'm going to go next. I think he won initiative with Luna, forcing me to go with Dart. Dart's just going to come around the corner there and apply the hidden state to herself. And Luna, he's going to try to figure out if Luna actually has a shot. Now, it's the first turn of the game, so Luna is not going to have a shot. As great a range as she has, the only models in range are Prism, who's actually completely blocked by those the barricades, and then Dart has obviously gone hidden. I'm going with Musashi, who is going to play the strategy or the tactic to get an extra 3 movement, come at Luna, and just drop the wallop on her. You can see Sean's dice were not very good there. So there goes Luna. First one to the infirmary. I get a frag, and with my damage, I'm going to displace kind of backwards and to stay out of trouble for now. So I'm playing a more defensive game in this first turn out of the gate. Sean is he's just going to go full speed there with Axel Steel, who is looking to hopefully try to get at that flag next turn. And then I'm going to go on, looks like he's going to go, I'm going to make him go with Valkyrie, who's going to hang back. So it looks like Valkyrie's going to be trying to play some defense there. He's worried about Gata getting in there, which is a very good concern, because Gata can get there very fast. And she's just going to get to that point of the board, kind of skip around her target there. And that is going to end the first turn with a score 0-0. And we're going to rack them back up. So far, not much happened other than dropping Luna. I gotta stay on. If I figure, that's Luna is really his only range game, and if I can stay on top of Luna force him to play honest on the defensive end. He's going to have a hard time containing my very speedy team. I mean, this team was chosen as they're all pretty fast with the exception of Prism. And Prism can do a couple of things. She can lock down, potentially lock down a ranged opponent, but she's also very, very good at locking down or forcing melee opponents to deal with her. So, anyways, it looks like Axel Steel is going to go. He punches Gata for 1 and then makes it into my deployment zone, but does not have enough AP left to interact with the flag. It looks like... I'm not really sure who's going on my side. It looks like I'm going in with Prism, who's just going to go in there, do an attack on Shona. As you can see, Sean's dice not doing well at the beginning part of the game, and do a little bit of damage to her and taunt her. So Prism's going to kind of block that side of the board, and we're going to go next. So it looks like Shona Corona is up. She's going to do some damage back to Prism. And but that's okay. That's Prism doing her job, but then plays that tactic to apply the stunned effect to every model within 6. And as you can see, Dart is just out of that. So that was actually kind of nice that Dart was able to avoid that major tactic there. But that does mean that my 3 combatants up front are going to be facing the stun condition this turn, or at least until they attempt a dice roll. So I'm going to try to actually dump this stun by trying to do Dazzled on Shonen Corona with Gata. I also took a -2 movement from that attack by Axel's low kick earlier in the turn. I failed to do the Dazzled, and then I do it again and actually end up managing to do it this time. And yeah, but most important thing is I got rid of the stun. I displaced myself. So Shona is suffering from a few different effects there, and Gata is actually in a pretty nice little spot there. That means that she could potentially go in and score next turn. So I'm not sure. It looks like Valkyrie is set to come in, but we're going to go with Dart first. Dart is going to shoot at Axel Steel, dropping poison on him and doing damage. This is bad. So she does, like, I think 2 damage to Axel plus poison. Valkyrie's going to flank over there to the other side of the board. The only guy I have left, it looks like, is Musashi and Major Luna. Major Luna doesn't have anybody in range, and she's -2 energy from coming back from the infirmary. So she decides to pull back because she doesn't want to just die to Musashi again. Musashi's just going to double move and pick up that flag brazenly at the end of the turn, putting orange on the board with 1, and that's going to end the turn. So Musashi is just the guy that can kind of do it all, right? He really is. I consider him one of the strongest pieces in the game, and you really got to play counter to him. You know, to me, like some of the most outwardly powerful characters in the game are going to be Musashi. They call I hate how they spell his name. I call him Musashi because he's Musashi, and Wild Bill also very strong. So Sean starts the turn with Axel Steel, and he picks up the flag, and I tell him not to do that because he's suffering the poison effect. Because what's going to happen is, on 1 health, he's going to pick up the flag, run out in the middle of somewhere, die, and hand me a point. So he decides wisely not to do that. So he doesn't pick up the flag, runs up to Dart to scream bloody murder, and dies next to Dart for no reason. And I'm going to go with Musashi, who I had originally thought about going in there and beating up Luna again, but it's actually the safer move is to just go and double move and get in between Prism and Dart. Okay, so Sean is going to go in and he is going to pick up the flag with Valkyrie, And I'm going to come back with Dart, and I'm going to come out of hiding, shoot at Valkyrie. This is going to backfire miserably. Gotta love those Aristeia dice, and yes, it is one of the things about Aristeia is it's a very swingy game. So with a opposed roll, I roll poorly. I do manage to get a couple of poison off on... I get some poison off on Valkyrie, but then I die. So I die in that exchange as well. So Dart in the infirmary. I'm not really sure. I think Shona Karana is going right now, and I don't think she is doing anything. Either Shona Karana or Prism is doing something. I honestly can't tell. There's no matter what, though, that appears to be a stalemate. Really nothing to report there right now. So Luna's trying to figure out what she can do. She's -1 energy right now. She can shoot at Gata, which is actually not a bad thought at all. But she does a really cool thing. She does suppressing fire on Gata twice, and with the trigger ends up killing Gata, which is pretty cool. That's really nice because that keeps, that keeps that other scoring threat from that side of the board. So good activation by Sean, playing goalie there with Major Luna. All right. So more attacks are going on. This is Shona Karana. She is going to finish off Prism, which is awesome. So Sean just wiping me almost entirely off the board, except for my objective runner there. And really strong turn for Sean. He's going to end up scoring 1 point, and I'm also going to score 1 point because we ended the turn. Musashi still has the flag, and Valkyrie's got the flag for him. Okay, so now we're trying to figure out who's going where. It looks like Shona Karana is going to go again. She's going to go after Musashi, and I play some pretty big defense here. So you see me throwing some tactic cards to give myself some extra dice. I got to make sure to keep Musashi alive because this is a big deal. With a 2-1 score, I managed to keep him alive by throwing some major tactics out there, and I do a damage back to Shona Karana, which allows me to displace once. So then on my turn, I'm just going to walk in, slam that flag down, and score 3 points. So now it is score is 5-1 in favor of orange. Here comes Major Luna. Looks like she's just gonna kind of double up, and she's playing a little more forward now. I don't know that I agree with that, frankly. I don't. I think they're gonna try to. Sean's trying to spawn camp me, which I mean he did kill just about everybody except for the flag runner, so that's cool. Looks like Gata's gonna go, and we're gonna dazzle. The first thing, it looks like I managed to taunt Valkyrie, and then Gata's gonna dazzle and then dodge out. Axel Steel coming in from his deployment zone. Gonna try to do. Oh, does not quite have enough to get to Gata, it looks like, so can't really do the attack that he wanted to do. And Valkyrie's in trouble back there because she's been, I believe, dazzled. She's been taunted, stunned, and she has to go. She has to stay on Prism. So Prism, despite being knocked out, is doing a great job just keeping that flag bearer there. Now Valkyrie does something really cool. She plays another big major card, which is great for capture the flag, immobilizing everybody adjacent to her. So again, 2 big tactics from Sean. Fairly well timed too. I might have waited for Dart to come in to do this because knowing that I didn't have much going on back there. Dart's going to come in, and I'm going to try something kind of interesting with Valkyrie on 2 health, and I only coming in on 3 energy. I'm going to do the maneuver that allows me to remove a state from her and do a damage in return. So I do 1 damage. I have 1 AP left. I play a tactic to give myself a 2nd AP so that I can apply the action twice, and I end up killing Valkyrie with that. So that's awesome. That puts me killing the flag bearer. That puts me at 6-1. So very strong game there, and that's a not very often used skill by Dart, and I'm going to make really good use of it this game. All right, so beginning of the next round, it looks like Axel Steel is going to go, and I know Sean's using the Gata card for Axel Steel, but it's the initiative card. Axel Steel is going to make short work of Gata again, and then just kind of move over around that side of the board. So Sean doing a great job keeping me on my side of the board, so he's playing strong defense, but here's the problem with Capture the Flag. If you do really strong defense, you can make it very hard for yourself to get in and score. It looks like Major Luna's going to come around the corner there and shoot at, I think she shoots at Musashi. And does not end up killing Musashi. Does a damage to Musashi, I believe. So Dart's going to go. It looks like Dart's going to give herself +2 movement, and she is going to kind of sneak around towards the same side of the board that Axel Steel is on. As soon as I get to it. It's a lot of thinking, like, should I go this way? And then I realize I can't shoot at anything, so I'm going to just hide over there and enjoy my life. So, Shauna Corona, who has yet to die this game. Wait, I don't remember. Did she die? I don't think she has. She's going to go into Dart and not kill Dart, so I got a little lucky there. And last up, it looks like Valkyrie and Musashi are going to go. So Musashi, who I forgot to mention, Musashi was immobilized, but Dart used that ability again to pull the immobilized off of Musashi. It wounded him, but it gave him the ability to move. So we're in the final turn. It looks like Axel Steel is going to go first. And looks like gonna go for lights out on Dart. It's not gonna happen. It's not that important because he's got double coverage on Dart. Dart is trying to go and leave the double coverage there. Actually manages to do it, but run out of AP and just hide around the corner. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a score there. I'm not going to be able to get the flag based on where everybody is. But I am sitting on a very big lead right now. So it looks like Axel Steel is going to go ahead and pick up that. I'm sorry, Shona Karana goes in, picks up the flag, and is figuring out what to do. It looks like Prism's gonna go. That was an interesting move. So Prism kind of came around the corner, got within 2 spaces of both of Sean's Reckless Heart pieces, plays a tactic to do that final damage to Shona Corona, killing the flag bearer and scoring me another victory point. So the score is now 7-1. So there's really nothing left to do in this game. Neither one of us can get to scoring position. We're just gonna punch each other out here for the end of the game. But it was a very enjoyable game. I really liked the specific tactics of my teams. Obviously, Musashi, I think, is just such a powerful piece. So putting together a really great game there, just kills Axel Steel, because why not? That's going to do it for this game and this video. I want to thank everyone for watching, and we will catch you guys on the next one.